second down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. On third down, Trubisky. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they get him.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25. Austin not going to try and return it. Things, unfortunately, continuing to implode here. The interception he threw on the previous drive, of course, led to the touchdown. And that deficit widening a little bit further. 1st and 10. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Eagles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
From the 22, Hurts. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. But first down, Hurts. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. A huge loss on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and forever. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. So he's been on this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. And this looks like a roughing call. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Trubisky. And he finds Beasley, complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. 2nd and 14. Now it's Trubisky. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Setting up the screen, Harris. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. Looking to throw, Trubisky on 1st down. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
James Daniels, the guard, called for the penalty there. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's Trubisky to throw. Here's Frank. And he lost the football. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll start by running the option to the right. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. 2nd down, back to Sanders. They find some open field here. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 17 yards and a 1st down for Philly. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 15.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So the incomplete pass there, but the roughing the passer call bails them out.
Which means you have to stay on the field on defense longer because you've given the offense free snaps, not to mention the free yardage after that mistake.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Trubisky. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up,
and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown here in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this law...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Trubisky will throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time. Because let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. One last shot for Trubisky. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, when you look